how's it going, you guys? It's Gemsy here. Back from a, I don't know, 5 month break. We just a lot been going on within the 5 months. Some like mental health, personal issues, and moving. That was fun. Not. Now living up several flights of stairs, so that's not fun. And the internet, despite the fact I'm on the top floor, is not fun at all either. So we've had some internet issues, which means I wasn't being able to upload much anyway. I did, however, get a TikTok and started uploading some drawings there. But even there, I have been kind of not really putting anything out recently, so my art is very sloppy at the moment. And I do apologize for that. I mean, if I stop practicing and stop drawing for a little bit, it just goes sloppy because practice makes perfect. And if you're not practicing, it's just going in the opposite direction. So, anyway, I'm back here with the, what is it, the six fandom art challenge thing. I kind of saw it on, I think it was TikTok. I saw some people doing it. I think one of my favorite artists that I found on Instagram, I'm going to butcher his name. Modoth? Okay, I can't pronounce it. I think I might link it in the video so you can check out his stuff. He is so underappreciated on YouTube. He does the best artwork. I just love the aesthetic. I love it completely. And I think he did this challenge, or another person I watched after seeing some of his videos that got suggested did this challenge, and I've just gone, I have to do it. I absolutely love drawing fan art. I got into drawing because I would draw fan art of everything when I was a kid. I would be drawing SpongeBob or Yu-Gi-Oh or Sailor Moon, Powerpuff Girls, etc. So why not come back in with some more fan art? So we've got Dean Winchester for the first one because Supernatural is life. And at the moment, we're kind of coming up to our last season of Supernatural, which is really, really depressing. I don't know what I'm going to do without being able to watch it and get new episodes. I just, oh, that's gonna be just, oof, it's gonna be so emotional when it's completely gone. I am heavily emotionally invested in that show. It's not funny. But I drew Dean because I don't know, I find him relatable. I find it like he's the black sheep of the family. He puts all he's all in, and sometimes it's not given back to him. I mean, I think in season one you learn from Alistair, however you want to pronounce the Yellow Eyes' full name, but we learn that he says some truth about Dean, and when he says that in season one, I've just gone, wow, I kind of feel the same way at times. And when I finally made those two click together, I've gone, whew, okay, Dean, that's the reason I like Dean, because I can relate to him better than I can relate to Sammy and Cass. So, Dean. And his pudding episode I had to reference because that is the funniest thing I think he's ever done besides Yellow Fever when he freaks out over the cat in the locker. I absolutely love that. I also did the 11th Doctor. I chose to do 11 instead of 10. 10 was the first Doctor I actually had seen when I noticed what Doctor Who was. But I did 11 because he's my second favorite, and when I was thinking of what to do, I thought of him and I thought of Amelia when she told him that bow ties are not cool and fezzes are stupid. I just gone, I need to draw him with a fez and his little bow tie. Unfortunately, I don't know, I wasn't focusing right because I didn't know what to kind of position him in this. So he kind of just looks, I don't know, not as goodly, not as, it hasn't been done with as much effort as everyone else because I haven't been able to focus because I didn't know what I was doing. So apologies for the appalling art there. But next up is Sherlock Holmes from the newer version of Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm actually quite, I don't, I'm kind of amazed slash impressed with how he turned out. I've never drawn him before, and I absolutely love how his hair came out. I don't know why. It's just, I just like how I drew it. I can be proud, but I don't. I just thought if you have Supernatural and you have Doctor Who, you've got to put Sherlock in next because of the Super Sherlock fandom, and it would feel so weird not to add him anyway. I I don't really get much cop shows and things like that, but everything about this version of Sherlock just makes me go, "Ooh, I need to watch more." And I don't think I've seen much of it recently, so I better get back into it because I don't know where we're up to. Because I know that Stephen Moffat was taking a break because he was doing Doctor Who, and now he went back to Sherlock. I don't know where we're at, but I'd love to know what season we're up to. Uh, Also, unfortunately, we lost the footage for the drawing of Sailor Moon, which came before this little cutie. I drew her because, hello, it's Sailor Moon. Everyone's drawing her for no reason at the moment. But I remember she was everything when I was growing up. She was one of the first animes I've ever seen. I adored her. I absolutely hate what they've done to her recently. Sailor Moon Crystal should not have become a thing. I don't know what's going on. Why is she lanky for starters? Like, if anything, she should be the same size she was before, maybe a little bit thicker, because the amount of cookies and sweets that she has consumed in her lifetime is absurd. Why is she tall and lanky? I don't like it. It infuriates me. She was always the fun loving, kind of irresponsible, you know, always munching on something girl. And, what they did with her recently, I hate it. I really, really hate it. And I will go on a rant for several years if you let me on it. I can't remember the guy we just saw I drew, but I remember he was from Card Captors. He was the main girl's kind of companion. I can't remember his name, and if I do remember it, I'll probably butcher it, but I thought he was the cutest little dude ever. So he's in there. I do not remember much about that show. I just remember loving him. So that's about it for Card Captors. But this guy, I don't think everyone would know who this guy is. This is King Tut from Tuttenstein, or some people call him Tuttenstein, or Tut, uh, about the young pharaoh who died, came back to life, and I can't remember if he lives in the museum in New York or what, but this girl would come in with her cat and he would be like, "You're my loyal subjects" and whatnot, and I don't know, it was a great cartoon. Especially when you didn't really have much diversity in cartoons. I mean, Mummies also, what, Stein, like, I don't remember him being put together. Occasionally when his arm would fall off and he'd have to put it back on, but you know, there hasn't been really much, I don't know, Egyptian movies I've seen that are cartoons laid out for kids, let alone any other culture laid out for kids besides American, European, British, European ish, and Australian. So I loved when this came out, especially when I was just realizing I actually love Egyptian things. Anything Egyptian, I just adore it. So I couldn't help but add him in. I do apologize for just rambling and rambling and kind of not taking a break. It's just my nervousness getting back to me again. But if you want to see short clippets of doing each individual one, which I do have the Sailor Moon one, I just don't have the full proper thing of me drawing it, unfortunately. But I do have clippets on TikTok if you want to check it out of me just not drawing but revealing what they look like compared to the uh, drawing reference I had and everything. If you want to check that out, I'll leave my TikTok down below along with A couple of artists I think you might like, especially the ones I might have tried to butcher the name of. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, hit the like button, give it a comment, tell me what you think. If I need to improve in certain areas, I know I do, or just want to have a casual chat, comment down below. See you next time.